Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to share number 5 in Do You Have a Kingdom Worldview? Now, this one might just open a can of worms with some people, I don't know, but here it goes. The earth is no longer under the Genesis curse. That's right. And yes, God did put a curse of futility on the ground after Adam's fall. Sorry to my word of faith friends, I am one of you amongst other things, but that's true. God did put a curse of futility on the ground after Adam's fall. Some say that, oh, God would never curse anything. Well, Jesus cursed the fig tree. Anyway, but this is what happened at the beginning. Yes, he did. In Genesis chapter 5, verse 29, Lamech, who was the son of Methuselah and the father of Noah, prophesied at Noah's birth. He said, "This one will give us rest from our work and from the toil of our hands arising from the ground which the Lord has cursed." Now, some might say these people were ignorant, they didn't know any better, but to think that, well, that's not true. From what I've even studied so far, and I'm sure there's much more, these people were very well aware of spiritual entities and spiritual activities. Maybe even more so, I would say much more so than the modern person who is not attuned to the Spirit of God, or else they're on the other side into the occult. Anyway, this is what Lamech prophesied at Noah's birth, that he would give rest from the work and the toil of their hands arising from the ground which the Lord had cursed. And now we move to after the flood, Genesis 8:21. And Noah and his family came off the ark, and Noah presented a burnt offering to God. And after the offering, or when the Lord smelled that fragrant offering, he said, "I will never again curse the ground on account of man. For the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and I will never again destroy every living thing as I have done." Now, the phrase "never again curse" would indicate that the effect of God's pronouncement of a curse in Genesis 3 was ongoing until it was rescinded after the flood. So at that point, God lifted that curse. In his mercy, knowing that humanity was stuck in a sinful state, he made a way for a different form of redemption, not just punishing the ground, but punishing them with a hard ground, but he had mercy and he made way for a redemption, one that would deal with the root of the issue of sin at the cross. So, if there's no more Genesis curse, what's going on? Why is everything in the state that it's in? Well, let's go back to the original mandate. Creation will only respond properly to righteous delegated authority, to the legitimate sons and daughters of God. So for reference, you can go to Genesis 1:28, Psalm 8, 3-8, as we did a couple segments ago, Hebrews 2, 8 and 9. And now in Romans 8, 19-21, it says, "For the anxious longing of the creation awaits eagerly for the revealing of the sons of God. For the creation was subjected to futility, not willingly, but because of him who subjected it, in hope that the creation itself will be set free from its slavery to corruption into freedom of the glory of the children of God." The earth is looking for, it's craving after righteous governance to set things in order and at peace. It's waiting for you and me. So thank you very much for watching and have a great week. I'll see you again next time.